Thanks a lot for sending your video. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to do my very best to help you get these heel flips mastered. I get a lot of questions about how do you get over the fear in skateboarding? How do you make yourself commit? I'm scared to try this trick for a certain reason and I don't know why, or every time I try to do this trick, one of my feet kind of just goes to the ground and I'm not sure why. I'm not saying that you're scared to do this trick or anything like that, but notice that on a lot of the attempts, your back foot just stays straight on the ground and your front foot flips it fine, and then you land on the board with your front foot. You're like doing the flick of the heel flip pretty good most of the time. You're flipping the board and you're actually putting your front foot back on there in time, but your back foot is just dragging behind a little bit. Now, in the full steps of learning how to do any of these tricks, I do suggest learning how to flip the board and step off with one foot and land it just with one foot. So that's basically at the step that you're at right now. And then the next step I would suggest is learning to flip it and land it just with your back foot, just to get used to getting your back foot back on the board. Some of these attempts are actually really close, like that attempt right there. If you would have just jumped with both of your feet, brought your back foot up into the air, you would have landed it. And then after you practice both of those steps with landing it with both feet, at that point it just becomes an issue of commitment. Now, commitment and fear on a skateboard is a very interesting thing. I've even heard people go as far as saying 70% of it or 90% of it is mental, just commitment attitude. And it is very true. Look at your front foot, flips the board perfectly, your back foot is in the air. Oh, you just missed the board. So, yeah, practice those steps of landing just with your front foot and then just with your back foot, and then put them both together and just get in the mindset. Sometimes when I'm trying a trick that's really hard and I've been trying it for a long time, and I'm just kind of kicking my board around, trying to get used to it, so to speak, I'll tell myself, like, that's it. I'm going to land this attempt right here, no matter what. I'm just going to put both of my feet on the board, even if the board's upside down, even if I'm going to land on my head. No matter where I land, I'm just going to put my feet on that board, and that's it. And that's like 100% commitment. And in order to progress in your skateboarding, you're going to have to do that at some point. Because with each new trick that you learn, you're going to hit an area where you're like, I do not know how to do this. It's a brand new area. I've never been there. I've never three-flipped down this big of a set of stairs. So you're going to have to just throw it out there and commit. Cool, so I showed you a few shots of the flick on the heel flip. So you can improve that a little bit, but all in all, I think that your flick is pretty good. I think you just need to practice it more, and then the main point here being just fully committing. Just tell yourself, that's it, I'm going to land it this try, no matter what. So yeah, you're sliding your foot up like this, it does look pretty good, and then flicking your heel off. The board is turning, and on a lot of the attempts you did get the full rotation, and then you brought your front foot back on and landed it. But your back foot is just being kind of like that safety foot, that like stay on the ground and make sure everything is safe, safety foot, which is a good way to practice. Don't get me wrong, I don't want you guys to like skip and just go try and heel flip a 13 stair. Please do not do that. Just practice until you're comfortable enough with it that then you can just get yourself into the mindset of like, that's it, I'm going to land this trick, and then just do it. And you will. And that's how you're going to push yourself forward. That's how you're going to overcome your fear. That's how you're going to make yourself commit on a skateboard. Like I said, you're going to hit pieces of skateboarding that you've never done before. It's going to be uncomfortable, and you're going to have to just push through that. It's like that not only just with skateboarding, but it's like that with any sport and any part of life, actually. So the whole reason behind skateboarding made simple is that it takes you through each step progressively so you don't hit this giant wall of, I have no idea what to do next, this is way too hard or way too scary, or I cannot commit to the next trick, because it takes you up a nice smooth gradient, just like walking up stairs going up a building. You don't jump from the ground level up to floor number 11 unless you're Superman, and then you can kickflip anyways. So click the red annotation and get your video today.